Okay, take a moment and just look around you. Maybe the shirt you're wearing right now.
Hmm.
Or like the plastic bottle on your desk. Maybe the packaging your groceries came in.
Sure, everyday stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Incredibly common items, right? They're just woven into our daily lives.
Hmm.
But have you ever stopped to think about the invisible product that sort of connects them all?
Probably not something most people consider.
No, it's not something you typically see or, even think about,
Mm.
but it's absolutely vital to our modern world.
Right.
So today, we're taking a deep dive into that very product,
Mm.
paraxylene. It's a petrochemical that, well, quietly forms the backbone of countless consumer and industrial goods.
Everything from clothes to
Yeah,
plastics.
polyester textiles, so lots of our clothes, furnishings, various plastics, and just a whole range of synthetic fibers.
Yeah.
Think of it as this like silent engine driving global manufacturing.
An unseen engine, yeah.
And to really understand this hidden giant, we're cracking open the Global Paraxylene Market Report 2025 from
Okay.
Cognitive Market Research. Our mission for you listening is to pull out the most crucial insights, not just the global revenues, but also to pinpoint where this market is really booming.
And what it tells us long term.
Exactly. What its long-term growth outlook reveals about the global economy. I'm genuinely curious to see what these numbers tell us about the hidden currents shaping our world and the products we use every single day.
It's pretty remarkable, isn't it, how a single kind of specialized chemical like paraxylene can give us such a powerful lens into the bigger picture,
Yeah.
global economic activity. This report, it isn't just market figures, it's more like a detailed map. It shows us the underlying shifts happening in manufacturing, in consumption patterns, right across continents.
So it's the where and why.
Exactly. It reveals not just what the world's producing, but where demand is picking up speed and why those regional economies are evolving.
That's a critical point. And speaking of power, let's kick things off with the sheer scale of this market.
Yeah.
The global paraxylene market was valued at, get this, 59,856.5 million in 2021.
Wow.
That alone tells you how important it is.
That's a huge number already. And if you think that's big, the report projects something, well, truly significant.
Correct.
We're looking at a jump to $92,907 million by 2025. But here's the kicker.
No.
It's expected to reach a staggering $223,832 million by 2033.
Whoa.
This isn't just steady growth, it's like an explosion. We're talking about a robust compound annual growth rate, CAGR, of 11.618%.
Double digits.
Sustained double-digit growth. For a foundational chemical like this, it implies incredibly strong, persistent demand for the materials paraxylene makes possible.
Polyester, plastics.
Everything. The fabrics in your clothes, the packaging keeping your food fresh. It's a clear signal of continued expansion in global manufacturing and consumer spending. Really highlights a foundational building block of the modern global economy.
So nearly a four-fold increase in market value in just over a decade. That's immense.
It really is.
Those global
Yeah.
figures are striking, but where is this incredible growth actually happening? On the ground, let's zoom in on North America first.
Yeah.
The market there generated 18,142.5 million back in 2021, and it's projected to reach $69,858 million by 2033. That's with an impressive 11.821% CAGR.
Still very strong growth there.
Very strong. But if you look closer at North America, there's a particularly fascinating dynamic playing out.
Oh, yeah.
So while the United States is still the largest market in the region, growing to over $52 billion by 2033, Mexico is showing some truly remarkable acceleration.
Interesting.
Mexico actually leads North America with the highest CAGR, a staggering 13.54%.
13.54. Wow.
Yeah, its market is expected to surge from just over $2 billion in 2021 to nearly $10.4 billion by 2033. That's a huge leap, isn't it? Tells a compelling story.
Indeed it does. Mexico's rapid surge isn't just a number on a page. It points to significant industrial shifts happening.
Like what?
Well, we're likely seeing this fueled by booming sectors, maybe automotive, electronics. They rely heavily on paraxylene derivatives for various components.
Right, makes sense.
And it also strongly suggests a strategic move towards nearshoring production.
Bringing manufacturing closer.
Exactly. Companies moving manufacturing closer to major consumer markets like the U.S., perhaps leveraging favorable trade agreements, USMCA.
So global supply chains actively reshaping.
It's a real-time example. Yeah. And meanwhile, Canada is also seeing consistent, strong growth, projected at an 11.612% CAGR. So that indicates stable and expanding demand across the entire continent. supporting diverse industries, consumer goods, construction.
Okay, so North America shows this dynamic, almost explosive growth, especially in Mexico.
Yeah.
What about Europe? Let's move across the Atlantic. Paraxylene sales, they were 10,343.2 million in 2021. Expected to reach almost $40 billion by 2033, with an 11.682% CAGR. Does it offer, like, a different kind of growth story?
It absolutely does. I think what's notable about Europe is the overall stability. You see consistent performance across its diverse, established economies.
Or mature markets?
Yeah, exactly. Unlike some other regions, this isn't necessarily about brand new industrialization kicking off. It's about sustained foundational demand.
Yeah.
You look at major players like the UK, projected to reach nearly $3 billion by 2033. That's a 12.07% CAGR. And industrial powerhouse Germany, set to hit over $5.6 billion by 2033 at an 11.394% CAGR. These are prime examples.
Strong numbers still.
Definitely. And this steady demand extends across the continent. France, Italy, Spain. It just underscores the integral role of plastics, synthetic fibers for apparel, furnishings, advanced packaging in European industries, and daily life.
So an underlying inelastic demand.
That's a good way to put it. It continues to expand even in these sophisticated economies.
That paints a powerful picture of Europe's sustained role. But, okay, what about the Asia-Pacific region, often seen as the main engine of global manufacturing, right?
Definitely.
Are we looking at even more aggressive accelerations there, or are the growth drivers different?
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture, Asia-Pacic's continued robust growth isn't really a surprise, but the specifics are particularly telling.
Okay.
This region is projected to grow from 10,085.8 million in 2021 to over $38.4 billion by 2033. That's an 11.749% CAGR. Solid.
Very solid. And India, in particular, stands out. It has the highest global CAGR mentioned in the report, 12.151%. Projected to hit almost $5.3 billion by 2033.
Wow. India leading globally on growth rate.
Yeah. And this isn't just about raw numbers. It's about the underlying transformation of the Indian economy. We're seeing massive urbanization, a burgeoning middle class, aggressive infrastructure development.
Are all driving demand.
Exactly. All fueling immense demand for textiles. Everything from affordable clothing to technical fabrics, plastics for packaging, consumer durables, construction materials. It's huge.
And other countries.
Yeah, countries like Japan with a 12.024% CAGR and Australia, 12.1018% CAGR, also show significant contributions, often reflecting advanced manufacturing and a strong consumer base. Asia-Pacific truly remains a powerhouse, but, with increasingly nuanced growth stories within it, driven by diverse economic landscapes. Fascinating how the specifics in each region paint such a different picture. Okay, with that, let's swing over to South America. Is it showing similar accelerations or a different kind of growth dynamic for Paraxylene? Revenues, there were $3,226.27 million in 2021, predicted to reach over $12.5 billion by 2033, with an 11.895% CAGR.
South America presents a really interesting case of emerging potential, I think. While Brazil remains the largest market within the continent, growing at a strong 11.753% CAGR.
Still the biggest player.
Right. But it's particularly telling that the rest of South America's segment actually has the highest regional CAGR. It's at 12.199%.
Oh, interesting. So growth is spread out more.
Exactly. Peru also shows strong individual performance, 12.032% CAGR. This dispersed growth across other nations, it indicates a broader and diversifying industrial base. They're moving beyond reliance on sort of the traditional economic leader.
What does that suggest?
It suggests growing self-sufficiency in manufacturing, maybe an expanding consumer class driving demand for packaged goods, textiles. Potentially new infrastructure projects across the continent, too.
So solidifying its industrial footing.
Yeah, building out more robust domestic supply chains. It's a continent on the move industrially.
Okay. And what about regions that might be considered, let's say, newer frontiers for significant industrial expansion? Let's talk Middle East first. Growth from over $1.3 billion in 2021 to almost $4.7 billion by 2033, driven by countries like Saudi Arabia, UAE, and 11.222% CAGR.
Steady growth there, leveraging their petrochemical base.
Right. But then we turn our attention to Africa.
Now, Africa is truly a standout in this report. It's described as one of the most promising growth regions.
Promising, okay.
And when you look at the numbers, it's really not hard to see why. The African Paraxylene Market was already substantial, 16,735.9 million in 2021.
16 billion, wow, already quite large.
Exactly. And it's projected to to reach a massive 59,270.7 million by 2033, with an 11.234% CAGR.
Almost $60 billion. That's huge for Africa.
These figures for Africa are truly significant. They paint this picture of like burgeoning urban centers, a rapidly expanding middle class,
Demanding more goods.
demanding everything.
Yeah.
More durable packaging for food and beverages, new synthetic materials for affordable housing, clothing. This isn't just abstract economic growth, it's a foundational shift in how millions live and consume.
Leading to huge uptake in these materials.
Absolutely. Look at Nigeria, for example.
Yeah.
Projected to reach over $24.4 billion by 2033. South Africa close behind at over $19.2 billion.
Incredible numbers.
These aren't just market numbers. They're like flashing neon signs pointing to where the next waves of industrial expansion and consumer wealth are emerging.
It's truly remarkable how a single chemical can mirror such profound global shifts in economic development. Okay, so to connect the dots here for you listeners,
Yeah, let's summarize.
we've tracked the incredible global expansion of the Paraxylene market. It's projected to experience that overall compound annual growth rate of 11.618%, leading to a nearly four-fold increase in market value by 2033 from that, $59.8 billion in 2021.
To over $223 billion.
Just staggering.
And these numbers, they aren't merely abstract figures flying around. They reflect a fundamental, ongoing shift in global manufacturing and consumption happening right before our eyes.
You can see it in the regional data.
Exactly. When you observe the robust growth in specific regions, India, Mexico, across South America, and especially those massive projections for Africa, it directly translates to increasing demand for the everyday products that, form the fabric of our lives.
So for people tracking global investment,
For those of you tracking global investment, these regional KGRs aren't just market numbers. They're critical indicators. They show where industrial expansion, consumer wealth, and the demand for basic materials are rapidly emerging.
understanding the where and why.
Precisely. Understanding this market helps you grasp not just what is growing in the global economy, but critically, where that growth is most concentrated and why these regional economic landscapes are evolving in such powerful, interconnected ways. It's like a real-time map of global development and opportunity.
What a journey. From, the simple shirt on your back to the complex dynamics of the global economy. It's clear that a seemingly obscure chemical like paraxylene provides such a powerful, clear lens into global economic development and consumer trends.
It really does.
It's truly everywhere, just quietly fueling our modern lives in ways most of us never consider. Now, for a provocative thought to leave you with,
Okay.
given the critical role paraxylene plays in polyester and plastics, right, and its sustained projected growth over the next decade that we've just talked about, what significant challenges and maybe innovative opportunities might arise in ensuring truly sustainable production methods?
And end-of-life solutions. Big challenge there.
Huge challenge for these incredibly widely used materials.
Yeah.
How might this drive groundbreaking innovation in material science, maybe towards like bio-based alternatives or advanced recycling tech?
Could spur infrastructure development, too.
Yeah. And spur the creation of new, expansive circular economy infrastructure in the coming decade, especially in those rapidly industrializing regions we just discussed, like parts of Africa or South America.
That's a really interesting question to ponder, the intersection of growth and sustainability.
Definitely something to think about. So, next time you pick up a plastic bottle or put on a synthetic fiber shirt, maybe take a moment. Consider the vast interconnected supply chains and the vital unseen chemicals like paraxylene that bring them to life.
There's always more beneath the surface.
Always more to learn and uncover right here in the Deep Dive.